Hello and welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. We are continuing our human playthrough and we have explored the majority of our initial planetary system, and through some events we've discovered our a little base that we have over here in another star system. We really can't do too much with that at the moment. And then we discovered another colony here which we would love to take over, but we're nowhere near the ability to do that quite yet. So we're working on it, and we'll eventually get there. But for today, let's take a quick gander here. Can we build? We could build a construction ship over here, an explorer, but we cannot build colony ship because that comes from our actual planet. And our colony ship wouldn't be able to reach this far, come colonize planets like this one here. That's 51%, which is pretty decent. It's not the best, but it's pretty decent. If we look at this here, we could look at potential colonies, and yeah, there's no. We're just not quite there yet, but we'll hopefully eventually get there. Looking at our actual planet right now, I'm going to go ahead and unpause and increase the speed here. We are facing a barrage of pirates. Actually, these are independent freighters that are doing trading with our system, but here's a pirate right here that's trying to raid. So we definitely don't have anything even close to the ability strength-wise to deal with some of these escorts, these pirate escorts. So we really can't do too much, but we do have two here. Let's go ahead and create a little fleet. And I think I want to... Where's this guy at? Oh, he's all the way over there. All right. So we made a fleet, and this is kind of our first fleet. Let's go ahead and look at what we have here. Looks like this one's out of fuel, marked as under construction. So if we look at the frigate, if we click on it, we could see what technologies this has. And it doesn't look like it has anything too crazy here. So unfortunately, it's not something we can really scuttle that's going to give us a bunch of tech. But let's go ahead, and it's set on fully automate right now. Let's I guess let's leave it on that. Let's leave it fully automated. We'll leave it as a system, and then it'll hopefully go ahead and refuel and be able to make a little bit of progress on its own. Let's investigate these runes. Massive quake, but it also revealed a new resource that gives an abundance, so that should be okay. We haven't actually colonized that planet yet, so it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. Yep, so our colony is getting raided. Ghost Fleet base is under attack, so that's actually okay. I think we do have... Oh no, this base is getting annihilated. Alright, so that definitely is not holding up too well under pressure. At this point, because the pirates are so much stronger than us, we really are just going to take a beating, and we're just going to keep getting raided and invaded, and stations are going to get destroyed or damaged. Like in this case, it's just getting damaged, but sometimes they'll destroy a base rather than just damage it and raid it, which is unfortunate because you got to rebuild them all the time, but it'll be okay. It's going to be a bit of a slog, but, we just finished ship boarding tech, and we need to get to the point where we have early ion weapons, which is good. We could start building with that. We have been stealing the torpedo weapon tech. So let's take a look at what we have going on with our spies. Looks like early torpedo weapons are currently on the docket. Hopefully, let's see, it'll be completed on 5/21 of next year. Okay, so we still got like another year on that. So let's assume that that tech is going to finish getting stolen. That will put us in a pretty good position to start building ships that can start doing some form of damage. We are getting, like, from what I understand, we gain a little bit of tech when we capture ships, when we learn about new technologies through conquest, pretty much. And it looks like that's happening here, where we have like 75% of this is already complete. I'm assuming from ships we've either, I don't know if we've killed anything, but it's coming from somewhere. So I think it's fine because this is so far along to go ahead and research this advanced nuclear fission. It's not the tech I really want, but it's so far along that I think it's worth doing. Same with this like proton ionization. I'm thinking about queuing that up. Armor plating is pretty good too, and that's only 200 and yeah, see, that's very far along. So let's go ahead and add this to the queue. Pretty much anything that's partially already researched, I think, is worth doing. Improved escorts could be good, because that'll give us some better ship templates, like a heavy escort. That'll let us build some better ships to defend our systems. And then I think that might be everything we need to, like, out the gate start building some ships that can do some meaningful damage. So let's wait for those techs to get researched, and then we'll go ahead and start messing with these pirates a little bit. So we do, if you're watching what's happening here, we do have one of these groups on our payroll, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just fighting with each other, and not just me. So, it's pretty nice because it's not. I don't just have to worry about getting just annihilated. They're kind of destroying themselves inside my system, and then I'm able to kind of chip in a little bit with my very weak spaceport. Let's go ahead and assign that mission. I think that's worth doing. I'm not going to build escorts right now. I think I want to wait until we get something a little bit better, and I want to take the time to kind of redesign the ship a little bit. Looks like we did some damage here to this. Do we have the ability with our fleet? Oh, is this our boy here? It does look like it. So it would be really nice if we had the ability to capture this ship, but I don't think we have assault pods in any of these ships. So that's going to make that a little bit of an impossibility. Oh, maybe not. Nope. We did. We captured it. So one of these ships in our fleet had assault pods right here. So what we were able to do was issue a command to capture this damaged ship. And now that ship has been captured by us. And we have the ability to, if we look at it, it might have some techs, like mega densities. I don't know if we have that. Quantum reactors. Kalados hyperdrive is definitely Talos shields. These are all these are all techs we don't currently have. So if we are to not scuttle the I can't remember. I thought it was to like disassemble it, but I feel like Scuttle's the wrong thing. I feel like Scuttle's just gonna blow it up. Let me double check my settings. It's been a little while since I've actually done this, but there was a command where you could tell it to go back to the spaceport and be deconstructed. It might be Scuttle, that might be the correct command, but I just want to look at my settings and make sure it's not something different. I think it might be under military. So it'll list disassemble. How captured military ships should be scrapped. Disassembling the ships will yield tech bonuses if the ship is advanced. So I want to disassemble at base when high tech or larger than can build otherwise. All right, so I'm going to say always disassemble at base for resources. And I'm going to tell it to go to the base. Well, I'm going to try to tell it anyway, to go to the base and do that. I think I might have to repair it first, though, because it has a lot of damage. So let's take a look at our current situation here. Do we have any ships? Let's take a look. Not under this. I'm looking specifically for construction ships, not military ships. I felt like there was something under one of these areas. Like these are exploration ships. I'm pretty sure construction ships were somewhere around here. I know I could issue build commands here, but those are mining ships. Construction ships, that's what we're looking for. So you have no mission. Maybe you can go here. No, can't do that. All right, I think I'm gonna need to scuttle this. Yeah, I think it's too. If you look at this, it says it's destroyed. There we go. Evaded detection are spies, and they stole early torpedo weapons. So we officially have early torpedo weapons. Let's go ahead and immediately hop to our spies and start putting them on different missions. I feel like there was some that had a higher percentage. Like these are yeah, I'm looking for something with higher success probability, because I feel like that is just gonna. We still can only do like very basic text, but I do want to steal as much as possible. Let's look for something. Look at all these texts that are potentially stealable. Like I think that's pretty great. Yeah, some of the stuff is not very likely. All right, so it looks like Boscra Syndicate has the best probability, but I'm trying to find a tech that isn't like pretty low probability. We already have like armor plating is really close to being finished, so I don't really want to invest much in that. Area weapons is pretty basic. I think, you know, 78% is okay. It's not the best, but it's something. Boscra Syndicate, I think, was the one that had the best odds, so let's go ahead and do another steal mission here. We can do something like basic space commerce. We're going to need all these techs anyway, so although I prefer to focus on combat techs up front, it's not the end of the world if we don't. I was really hoping I'd have a way to fix this ship. but this ship cannot move. Oh, it looks like he's coming in here to fix this ship. That's perfect. Okay, mission completed. They stole information on basic recreation systems. So we can go ahead and go in here and do some more. And the more theft that they do, the more skills they get, which increases the percentage of success. So I want to keep going after the really cheap techs that won't have a significant chance of failing, because I just want them to build up more and more skill, which will increase their chances once we get a little further in the game to getting better technologies. So I just can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember the names of the specific like first tier techs. So I'm just kind of scrolling through and trying to find something here. I feel like it's mostly named like basic stuff, or we could do basic troop transports. That's something. All right, so we are repairing this ship, which means that once it's fixed to the point where these things aren't marked as destroyed and they're either damaged or normal, we should be able to start moving it to another location. What is this recommendation here? I think that's all fine to do. I didn't really want to build the escort, but that's okay. Something is getting absolutely destroyed. What is going on? All right, so you are still pretty damaged. There you go. All right, so now you should be able to go to the base and I don't want to scuttle it. I want to decommission it. I feel like I'm missing something here that I should be aware of, but for some reason it's not like letting me right click on the base and issue a command like I normally would be able to. Maybe it just needs a minute to be fully repaired, at least, or at least the engines. Yeah, ship cannot move. Okay, so maybe a combination of it being out of fuel and it having its engines damaged. I gotta wait maybe a little bit longer before I can do anything with that. Let's pop over and look at... Yeah, what's up with this guy here? This is just a new ship that we're building. Okay, so... Alright, it's moving now. Strength of 96. I don't really trust that that is a good idea. So you come on over here. Okay, see, now it says retire instead of scuttle. So I'm going to go ahead and retire it. And that should start breaking all the systems down. There we go. Retire at the spaceport. Why are you stopping? Okay, I don't mind that the colony's under attack. That's fine. Our spy has stolen research on area weapons, and we're just about to finish advanced nuclear fission. Let's go ahead and finish that. I'm going to change this back to fully automate. So, I don't know why it's not retiring like I'm telling it to. Let's go ahead and look at our spy here and pick another mission. But well, before I do, I want to look at the text, so I have a little better idea of the names. So basic, anything with basic in the name is probably a good idea. Storage systems is a possibility, but not likely. Recreation systems, we could add that to the list because that's nearly discovered. Yeah, it looks like anything with basic in the name is what we want to do. So let's go ahead and focus on that first. So should be alphabetical, so let's just look for basic everything. Medical systems is fine. We will need that for our spaceports. All right. Hopefully the issue is just that it's too busy doing something. I'm not sure. Okay, so we built a new escort. We're in the negative again, which is not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Once I get armor plating built, I want to redo the design of our escorts, and then we could retrofit what we can. This advanced nuclear fission is kind of a nice thing to have. Okay, we did evade detection, and we did get basic space commerce. So let's go ahead and issue another command. Looks like Bosker Syndicate is our best route still, so let's do... We got troop transports, medical systems. Let's do recreation systems as well. And the more we can steal, the less we have to directly research. All right, so now our ship was getting into a little bit of combat there. And I was getting a little scared, but it's not the end of the world. All right, what's going on here? Are you going to... Okay, now it's... Well, it was starting to dock, but now it's being attacked. Maybe it could beat this one down to the point where we can capture this one as well. It is jumping away. I don't mind building an explorer. Okay, we got basic troop transports. Let's keep going with our research theft. Basic transport systems. We can do that. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this guy here. Feeling like this is a little... Oh, we're actually in a pretty good spot here. This feels like we might be able to actually do enough damage to maybe take this out. I don't know. This guy keeps backing off. Yeah, they are jumping away. Maybe we just didn't quite have enough firepower to handle that. Okay, so armor plating is completed. That's great. That puts us in a pretty good position. I mean, at this point, I might as well wait the 90 days for this tech to complete, because then we'll have a little better maneuvering engine, which is always going to be a good thing. Is there anything else that has recently had progress done to it? Not really. I mean, we'll keep waiting here, but I think after that tech, we can really start building out a ship with the intention of disabling / capturing capturing stuff. But in the meantime, what we can do is look at our state bases, and we could retrofit the spaceport. And I think what we can do with the spaceport is switch out some of these weapons. Instead of having missiles, right, have some plasma torpedoes, because those will just straight up disable stuff. And I think that's fine to have. And then shield, deflection shield we're getting a little dicey on the space there, I think. Might have to take something else off. could get away with one less fuel cell, and that does increase the size. SSP 5. What's the defect? I mean, that's recommendation. Collection rate is lower than static energy requirements. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so I think plasma torpedoes might be a little too power intensive for us. Let's get one on each side of the... Well, really, I should put them on top. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Energy collector. Well, wait, so that doesn't make sense to me because... All right, energy collection rate is lower than static energy requirements, but it's saying I'm outputting more energy than I'm consuming. So I think that's just nonsense. I'm going to ignore it and hope I'm not wrong. All right, let's go ahead and look at... Maybe we can add another plasma torpedo or two on here and then take off this basic fuel cell. Let's try that and see what happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and issue a retrofit command to retrofit this spaceport to our fancy new one. I'm not gonna get protection from anybody right now. It's fine that they're being boarded. It's just gonna raid them and create a little bit of chaos. Maybe I want to add... Maybe I'll just add the Deadly Chariot to the first fleet. And then we'll go ahead and... They seem to be in like relatively constant combat, so I think maybe I just want to move them over here and tell them to repair. And hopefully they'll be able to do that and not get destroyed in the process. Like, these guys are taking some pretty significant damage. Yeah, this guy's out of the game at this point. So I'm hoping they're able to repair. Let's go ahead and assign a mission to do that. Ionization is complete. Let's go ahead and design, or I should say retrofit our state ships. We want to look at our escort, and did we research that escort tech? Let's take a quick look. There was a tech for a better, improved escorts. So I definitely want to do something with that. That would be very, very good. And then let's get another tech queued up, even if we're not doing anything with it right this second. Just because this basic tech is going to complete very quickly. Let's go ahead and do expanded space stations, because that will let us build bigger stations to go around our planet. So what we can do is do a little ship design here. Let's build a new ship, and we want to make a heavy escort because we want as much hull space as possible. We'll go ahead and do an auto design, and then we'll go ahead and retrofit as we see appropriate. So escort H1, that's for the heavy escort. All right, looks like everything is set pretty good. I don't want a particle beam or a proton cannon. I want plasma torpedoes, because that is going to disable enemy stuff. The other thing I want is an assault pod, because the more assault pods we have, the more we can blast a bunch of enemies at the same time. So we are undersized on that. Everything seems to be okay. I'm going to go ahead and save and exit that. I am going to... It looks like that just took over the role as the latest escort. So let's go ahead and... The one escort we do have already built is probably going to get absolutely destroyed by this. But let's go ahead and retrofit. Here we go. Our spaceport has been upgraded, and you can see it's starting to shoot. Actual torpedoes at enemies, and I think we're gonna see. Yeah, this thing's gonna get destroyed. There's no way, but in the future when we build ships, they're gonna be a lot better than our current ones. There we go. So if we manage to land a hit with those torpedoes, there is the potential of just outright disabling entire systems of the ship. So I'm gonna watch this real quick while the spaceship shoots at this. Okay, so we did not happen to disable anything there, but we had the potential of doing it. That's the important part. All right, let's get our guy back in here with the steel research, and we're just gonna stick with the basic systems for now. We'll go space commerce. We already have part of that researched, so that is perfectly fine. We did get basic recreation systems. Medical systems are coming along there. All right, so I think the next thing we want to do is start building up a we're going to need to start building up our heavy escorts, and that will hopefully let us do, yeah, see here now it went right through the shields and did some damage to the defense systems. So the hope is that we'll be able to pretty consistently do that. All right, where are you guys at? You're over here. Yeah, I think the key to success here is going to be having the ability to do a bunch of damage to enemy systems, knock them out and disable them so they can't jump away and flee, and then hammer them with assault pods and be able to take them over. And eventually we can build up enough capacity to take over enough enemy ships, break them down, leapfrog on the tech, and then be able to, you know, kind of build out from there. So that's the current goal. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and we will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.